Michigan-Florida Live updates, score, stats, analysis for Week 1 game, 9/2/2017. Michigan kicks off the 2017 season at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time Saturday against Florida at AT&T Stadium. 11th-ranked Michigan meets number 17 Florida for the first time since the Citrus Bowl on January 1, 2016 in Orlando, Florida. Florida enters Saturday's game without 10 players due to suspension, including top running back Jordan Scarlett and top wide receiver Antonio Callaway. Florida announced Wednesday that redshirt freshman Feleipe Franks will start at quarterback, while Michigan has not revealed its starting quarterback. Michigan also looks to avoid losing 3 consecutive games under coach Jim Harbaugh. Michigan closed the regular season with a 30-27 double overtime loss at Ohio State, then lost 33-32 to Florida State in the Orange Bowl on December 30. Ohio State-Michigan Live updates, score Michigan 0, Florida 0, 1Q, 14:41. Michigan's defense takes a hit on the first play of the game from scrimmage. Officials ruled Michigan linebacker Devin Bush's late hit on Florida running back Terry Cleveland was not targeting, following eye review. Michigan, however, is penalized for 15 yards on the play for a personal foul. On the ensuing play, Florida quarterback Feleipe Franks connects with receiver Josh Hammond for a 33-yard pass that puts the Gators at the Michigan 22. Pre-game updates with about 15 minutes before kickoff, we still have no idea who is starting at quarterback for Michigan, Wilton Speight or John O'Korn. Michigan's maize uniforms, however, are very bright. Michigan-Florida game time, details time, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time date, Saturday, September 2 location, Arlington, Texas weather, partly cloudy, high 90 degrees, 20% chance of rain. Retractable roof, the line, Michigan -4.5. What TV channel is showing Michigan-Florida? The game will be televised nationally on ABC. How can I watch Michigan-Florida online? The game can be watched online at WatchESPN. How can I listen to Michigan-Florida on the radio? The Michigan broadcast can be heard on the UMIMG Sports Network. The Florida broadcast can be found on the Gator IMG Sports Network. Michigan-Florida preview. Michigan is making its second-ever appearance in the Advocare Classic, and it hopes this trip to Texas goes better than the last, when it lost 41-14 to Alabama in 2012. The Wolverines are 3-0 all-time against Florida, including a 41-7 victory in the Citrus Bowl at the end of the 2015 season. This will be Florida's first time playing in the Advocare Classic. An off-season of questions for Michigan begin to get answered as a team that lost 17 of 22 starters from last season turns to a group of talented but inexperienced players. Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh hasn't announced his starting quarterback yet, but expectations are that redshirt junior Wilton Speight will be at the top of the depth chart for the second straight year. Speight has lost 23 pounds from last season, and he is fully recovered from a left shoulder injury suffered last November at Iowa. That injury was a factor in the Wolverines losing 3 of their final 4 games. Speight has a strong group of running backs, led by sophomore Chris Evans and senior Ty Isaac, in the backfield with him, but a revamped offensive line must prove it can hold up against a strong Florida front 4 led by defensive ends Jabari Zuniga and Cease Jefferson. Florida's defense has been its strength over the past few seasons, and sophomore safety Chauncey Gardner is coming off an MVP performance in last season's 33 win against Iowa in the Outback Bowl. Speight will test Gardner and the Florida secondary with a new receiver group that includes heralded freshmen Donovan Peoples-Jones and Tarek Black. Fifth-year senior linebacker Mike McRae is the lone returning starter on the Wolverines' defense, but that fact is a little misleading. Defensive line members Brian Munn, Mo Hurst, Rashan Gary and Chase Winovich have plenty of playing experience, just not as starters. How the depth builds behind them is one of the big questions facing the Wolverines. Florida goes into the game with redshirt freshman Feleipe Franks as the starting quarterback, after winning a preseason battle with Luke Del Rio and Notre Dame grad transfer Malik Zaire. Franks won't have wide receiver Antonio Callaway or running back Jordan Scarlett to help him. The Gators' leading receiver and rusher from last season are 2 of 10 players suspended for the opener. Florida has won 27 straight season openers, the longest current streak in the country. Ohio State is second at 16, with Alabama third at 15. The Wolverines are 24-8-1 all-time against teams from the SEC, including 16-3-1 in the regular season.